See this? This little doovalaki here can bring into your home all the wonders of the internet very quickly. Songs from iTunes, videos from YouTube, photographs from people around the world that you don't know and don't ever want to see again. No other doovalaki in Australia can give you faster ADSL broadband. We now have these doovalakis in telephone exchanges in every state in Australia. Your street may be on the II network already, and you don't even know. To find out, go to our website. Although if you're not with IINET already, it may take a little while to load. So perhaps bring a cup of tea and a good book.
IINET LB5232 Marketing, Customer Engagement and Social Media. This presentation is about the issues and the recommendations that are given to IINET. Next slide, please. The case overview is IINET is a broadband internet service provider company which is led by marketing manager Scott Waters. IINET emerged displaying competitive advantage as being the first mover when it launched the ADSL network for the first time in Australia. In the case, IINET has been portrayed as being one of the biggest internet service providers of Australia. And when it launched the ADSL2 network, it gained huge levels of attractions from customers, since it was the first time when a high-speed internet service was offered in Australia. The need for niche internet service provider seemed to be the need of customers. And with regards to the case, IINET had several competitors which competed on price and the quality. Next slide, please. The decision-making process for Scott Waters was a difficult one, since he had to either go for price or the sales ratio or the quality which he was offering. The option one which was given to him was IINET could go ahead with the trend and compete for price and product sales ratio. The option two was IINET could go against the market trend and promote premium internet services with high quality offerings. Option three, IINET could maintain the current strategy and market using its heritage as an internet provider in the country. Next slide, please. The option that we've chosen for IINET as a representative for Scott Waters is IINET has to go against the market trend because the firm will have a very good brand image, and the corrective measures that has been happening in the management in the recent times will give them a huge brand uplift. This will indeed help the customers engage better and will create a positive impact in the social media as well. The reason we've suggested Scott Waters to go against the market trend is because most of the internet service providers are going on conventional terms of competing in price, and is because most of the internet service providers are going on conventional terms of competing in price and lowering the quality if required. But since the customers are ready to pay more to have better services in Australia, we have planned to go against the market trend and provide better quality at even a premium price. The transparent marketing strategy will create a huge positive impact to the brand, since most of the competitors are using deceptive means to lure customers. For an example of the statement is, most internet service providers are using conditions and offers after a customer buys their product, and that actually increases the price of the service they provide. They use deceptive means to have long contracts, but we have planned to have a plan that will go against the market trend and provide premium internet services.
Your customers are really important to your business. So you wanted to make it easy to connect with them everywhere. But now, an explosion of new technology and communications channels has made it easier than ever for customers to choose who they do business with and to leave for a competitor if they don't get what they want. And losing customers simply isn't an option because it costs like 1,000,000 times more to find new customers than it takes to keep the ones you have. Over time, you've put in place all the technology you thought was best for communicating with your customers, but maintaining it all and trying to present a consistent message takes a lot of work because each system has its own set of rules, and each has become a silo with trapped customer data. To make matters worse, your customers are adopting new communication channels all the time: mobile phones, social media, you name it. For every minute your systems are out of sync, you have inconsistent messages, business processes, and stranded customer data. Your brand reputation takes a hit because you're not responsive to customer feedback and you don't offer all the communication choices that your competitors can. You ask them for their account number over and over, don't recognize your customers when they reach out to you, or remember what they care about, let alone new customers. With out-of-sync channels, you can't consistently launch new products, announce new business hours, or communicate any significant change. Plus, customers are running away and telling the whole internet about how you failed to engage them, and you have no insight about what drove them away in the first place. Pretty soon, you're so focused on adding new channels to satisfy customers that you've forgotten to satisfy your customers. There's got to be a better way. There is. You said it.
The decision of Scott Waters in the IINET case has been analyzed. The decision will give a competitive advantage and a comparative advantage to the company. As in the case, the company has shown previously that they are ready to handle and sort issues when there are genuine problems, even with the management and with custom issues. The decision will provide the brand a better quality perception and higher benchmarks of service. Since the decision is a market reversal trend, it will lead to huge publicity and quality perception from other media sources. The impacts are it will lead to better trust and loyalty for the brand due to genuine marketing. The impact would be more sales and better business because the quality of IINET and the benchmarks of service will increase due to premium offerings from IINET. Next slide, please. The justification that is given for IINET in terms of better customer engagement and use of social media is IINET had used transparency and going against the fake market trends. The company was transparent and promised to have realistic advertising. This is very important. Most companies are doing deceptive and measures to lure customers, and they have hidden charges in their internet services. But in IINET's case, when they have a realistic and genuine marketing, this will give them a comparative advantage over their competitors and will have a higher brand image in customers' minds. This will impact on the demand and will create better trust among customers. In terms of customer engagement, IINET measures of reversing the market trend and focusing on better service will help them to provide better services to customers. Customer engagement was the primary motive, and social media was used as a tool to manage customer service. The advertising has been very genuine, and the issue addressing services from IINET will be one of the reasons for success for the firm. Next slide, please. On concluding IINET's case and Scott Waters' decision, transparent marketing and quality customer service are options that will lead IINET to success in the market. When we speak about transparent marketing, most of the companies are competing on price and don't have a transparent marketing, as hidden charges are taken into conditions applied on services. Most customers are not aware of hidden charges, but in IINET's case, the charges will be open and premium prices will lead to better quality and quality offering services to customers. The niche marketing strategy and market reversal trend will impact highly on the brand image and sales due to higher levels of transparency. This higher levels of transparency will push better customer engagement services and better customer management services. The success for the company, which was given in the case, was internal issues were solved and were made sure that they don't create a barrier in future course of their business. We conclude with this, and thanks for paying attention to our presentation.
The future of technology is here. Imagine a better way to share your ideas and hold meetings on the move and from almost any device. Imagine making voice and video calls and the ability to share your desktop with colleagues and customers at prices starting from less than a cup of coffee. Well, now it's possible with IINET Microsoft Link, a new way of doing business. This is how it works. Let's start with what we all know, a phone system. But it's no ordinary desk phone. Rather than manually dialing a number, you can call your favorite contacts with one click, even if they're outside your organization, and see who's free to chat. You get heaps of great features, including an automated receptionist. You can forward and transfer your calls, and you receive an email after every voicemail. Neat, huh? Plus, you get standard local and national calls to landlines from a dedicated landline number included. How awesome is that? Now, here's the really cool stuff. Link also works on your smartphone, tablet, or desktop, so you can be on the move and still stay connected to those you work with. Want a more lifelike meeting experience? It's easy to talk to one person or a group through Link's video conferencing. Want to share your desktop? You can do that in real time so your contacts can see what you see. And share files, meeting notes, scribbles, and programs, so everyone can get on the same page faster. Don't want to talk at all? Then send an instant message. Link will let you know if a contact is busy or in a meeting, or simply not ready to take any calls. Now this could change the way you do business forever. IINET Microsoft Link can make you more productive. It's an easy way to connect people, and it's a professional tool at a small business price. It's backed by IINET's award-winning customer service, and it's hosted locally in Australia. Who says technology has to be complicated? Call us today or visit us at link.iinet.net.au.
Technology, your timing has been immaculate because the world has probably changed more in the last 20 years than ever before in the technology space.
Yeah, I remember hearing about something called McKinsey's theory of emerging strategy. And that sounds like a great concept, but the idea of this is that you just keep on doing what you think is right in the short term, so you make tactical decisions that you think are in the best interests of your customers or your business. Then after 5 or 10 years, you look back and see if you can work out a strategy. Because, you know, it's much easier to come up with a strategy in reverse than it is to do one in advance.
Right. So by that, I obviously take that you didn't have a business plan when you started from the garage.
Oh, we did. The plan was, you know, I needed 200 customers to cover costs.
Okay. And that was as far as it went?
Yes, and we did market research as well, which was, you know, talking to a few mates at university and saying, hey, would you buy this? And that was it. With that, I went on to set up a business.
Okay. That idea of being driven by looking at advancements, especially in the technology world, is that what drives you now, the fact that there is so much that is changing so rapidly?
Oh, it really is. You know, the business has changed a lot. My job has changed a lot. I don't know that, you know, the thrill of being a chief executive officer of an ASX listed company is enough. I think there are people out there better qualified to do that. On the other hand, this idea that you try and predict in advance what customers are likely to want, when reality is we don't know ourselves yet, and customers often don't know what they want. So a lot of it's about experimenting with some of the technologies that you're seeing, and a lot of it's sometimes about being not a leader but a fast follower.
Yes.
And you just try and plant all these seeds and hope for some green shoots, and the ones that work, give them water, and the rest, bury them.
There are obviously some amazing leaders in the technology world, and there have many been, of course, recently, you know, the Bill Gates of this world, Steve Jobs. Do you look at what they're doing and say, oh, I could learn from those guys, I could do this, I could do that?
Doesn't everybody on the planet want to have a brand like Apple? And it's the brand that matters here, by the way, not the technology. The brand is aspirational. It says that if you come with us, we will take care. The product's going to be perfect, the experience is going to be good, and you're always going to have the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
Yeah.
I literally read a paper today talking about what the mistakes were that Microsoft made over time. And some of the quotes coming out there are interesting. Today, the iPhone, the single product of iPhone today, makes more revenue than every single product that Microsoft produces now. Now, there's a business that set out to become a business, and I think lost its way in terms of it wasn't focused on customers anymore.
Yes.
Whereas everything Apple does is about cool new technology and about giving a perfect customer experience.
And there's a lot of business out there today that doesn't think about customers. Are we living in a world right now where if you don't think about customers, you get punished very quickly?
Yes, I speak to all of our inductees as often as I possibly can, and the single message, I always often get asked that question, if there's one thing you could say to us, what would it be? And it's remember who pays your salary. And guess what, guys, it's not me.
Yeah.
You know, customers are paying our salaries, and I think too many businesses forget that when they wake up each day.
And do you think that's even more prevalent today than it was, say, 5 years ago, because things are so rapid?
Well, it's social media, isn't it? Social media's been around for a long time, but social media used to be down at the pub where people said, I bought this product and it was crap.
Yeah.
You know, and you could, that old rule about someone who had a bad experience would tell 10 people, that is now expanded to, if you have a bad experience, you can tell 1 million people. And I think businesses used to operate under an environment, you could put a billboard up and you could tell blatant lies.
Yeah.
You could say, we have the best product in the world. You can't do that anymore because billboards are now two-way conversations. Markets are conversations, and that's really important.
As a leader,
It's clear that social media is here to stay, but how many businesses are still slow to adopt a strategy on how to best utilize it for marketing? New social media networking platforms continue to appear, and the existing ones, like Facebook and Twitter, continue to evolve to keep up with the changing market. We have analyzed the current trends in social media and have made some predictions for next year so that you can be ahead of the curve. 1. Investment in social media is a necessity. It's already clear that your business should have a presence on social media, but in the coming year, it's absolutely necessary. Integrating social media into your marketing plan is key for generating leads, referrals, and brand recognition, which in turn leads to higher revenue. Brand awareness, word-of-mouth advertising, improved reach rankings, and direct customer interaction are just a few of the key benefits from having engaging social media. 2. Google Plus is on the rise. Google Plus already has the second highest number of monthly users behind Facebook, and that user base continues to rise. It's proving itself to be more than just another social network with the integration of higher SEO rankings for Google Plus pages, improved social signals, and more personalized search experience for users. 3. Image is everything. We cannot emphasize this enough, but image-centric content is key in generating engagement on social media platforms. Many studies show that users are much more likely to click on posts with images or videos than just text-based content. Coupling important information with eye-catching images or graphics is a great way to stand out in the newsfeed, so do it. 4. The rise of micro video. Vine and Instagram have revolutionized real-time video sharing in social media. With a max of 15 seconds for Instagram and 6 seconds for Vine, users can create short pieces on their smartphones to share instantly with their fans. We've already talked about the many benefits of using these services for small business marketing, so it's only fair that the more and more companies will be jumping on this video bandwagon. 5. LinkedIn will become a major player. LinkedIn has always been the #1 social networking site for business professionals, boasting nearly 240 million users. But now, with the launch of its influencers program, it will become a source for content creation and curation. This program allows for selected thought leaders to share their original content directly with LinkedIn users. Where LinkedIn was already a great source of information, now it will provide insight from some of the best minds in business. Looking ahead to the future is not easy, but if you keep these trends in mind while going forward with your social media plan, you should be ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching.